Hi everyone, welcome into Siren Records Monterey. It's Fresh Catch Friday, and we don't have any new releases for you. It's literally a blank slate, but we decided this is Tyler, this is Ronaldo. You guys probably know them from coming in the store. Anyway, and they filmed with me before, even if you aren't local. So anyway, we picked our 5 albums that really, kind of spoke to us this year, and we're going to run those down for you. So I guess we'll start with everybody, your reveal for the 5th place of what you liked. Ready and up. Okay, Ronaldo, why don't you start us out?
I am starting with Teenage Bottle Rocket 6 Sesh. These Wyoming punks came in clutch at the end of the year with their new album, which is fantastic. It's what they do best. Good punk. It's fast. It's funny. It's a great album. Fat records for you. So we have it here in stock.
Okay, my 5th place for you is The War on Drugs. I Don't Live Here Anymore, and this is on Atlantic. It's the 5th full-length release from this Philadelphia rock band, and it's their first in 4 years. But even though there's still nothing really groundbreaking, it's still quite an amazing album. There. Anyway, they take a slightly more straightforward approach on this than they have in the past, but they still find new ways to engage with complex arrangements, and the result is this very nimble balancing act of accessible pop rock and experimental soundscape. So I dig it, and it's on blue vinyl. We still have the limited one there too.
And my 5th pick is Julian Baker, Little Oblivions on yellow vinyl. This is, I believe, her 3rd release, and solid indie singer-songwriter. So that's my 5th.
All right, guys, and we're ready for 4th place reveal.
4th place.
You ready?
Yes.
All right. What you got?
I got The Muslims. I'm sorry about this, but this album is literally called Fuck These Fucking Fascists. And shout out to Brian, who also loves these guys, who's one of our regulars. These guys are fantastic. This is North Carolina, all queer, black and brown punk band. So they're all about, the queer movement, Black Lives Matter, which, if you don't like, please don't come. We don't like you already. This is very similar to what Emil and the Sniffers is just female and raw and good, old school punk. You're going to love it if you like Emil and the Sniffers, which is one of also my picks, but we don't have it in stock at the moment. This is something that you're going to really, really like.
And it looks like it comes on...
Yeah, this is the indie version, which we have in stock. It's called the Problematic Punk Vinyl.
On pink.
On
pink, right?
Yes,
Problematic
pink.
Punk Pink. That's a mouthful.
Okay. I know, right?
All right, nice choice there. All right, my 4th for you is Parquet Court's Sympathy for Life. This is on Rough Trade, 7th full-length album released from this Brooklyn indie rock band. Do they succeed in evolving their sound? Yes. Does it outdo Wide Awake? No. But it's that hardly matters because they're such different albums. And, those of you that are kind of more tuned up to the electronic music, you're probably going to end up liking this one more than those of you that kind of dig the post-punk rocker stuff that they do. But these guys are such creative songwriters that almost anything they put out is a pleasure to listen to. So don't discount it. It's awesome.
So my 4th is Lucy Dacus and Home Video. This is the standard black copy. We did have clear, but this is the standard black. And now we're at 2/3 of Boy Genius now. But another killer singer-songwriter, really pretty, really great stuff.
It is. I like that record too. Okay, number 3. Ready, guys?
Ready.
Up. Okay, Ronaldo.
Okay, now you're gonna be surprised because it's like this guy he's only doing punk and now he's going with a snail mail. Well, I love this guy. This is Lindsay Jordan 2nd album. It's kind of infuriating because she's really young. She's 22 years old, already on her 2nd album. It's fantastic. She has matured a lot, and which is kind of funny to say about a 22-year-old. But her music is pretty current. It's fantastic. It rocks. Solid ballads. You're going to love it. If you like, Tyler mentioned Boy Genius and Lucy Dacus. This is right up this alley. So please enjoy it.
Cool. All right, my 3rd place is Idol's Crawler. And these guys always are, they come out guns blazing. That's just their MO for what they do. Last year's Ultramono was in some ways very acclaimed. In other ways, it was criticized for its simplicity and lack of development. So this quintet, they reduced perfected their kind of gut punch post-punk aesthetic, and this is an expansive, very introspective sequel to that. Their frontman Joe Talbot, he maps out his lifelong struggle with substance abuse over these 14 songs, and circling around a traumatic drug-fueled car crash is kind of the central theme of it. The band use everything they've got, and that includes like buzzsaw riffing, beatless orchestration, staccato rapping, and even like Sinatra-like crooning. So some people may not like their kind of say what you see songwriting, but very few bands, like since Nirvana, have like ripped the skin off themselves with such joy. Would you not agree, guys?
Absolutely.
You know. So anyway, good one.
And my third is going to be the Delvin Lamar organ trio. And what is this called? I Told You So. This is the standard release, but standard is still killer. This is a great instrumental, funky, soulful, sometimes vocals, I believe, release from Coal Mine Records. I almost always love what Coal Mine Records puts out. They're based out of Ohio. Great label. Always great releases. That's my third.
We loved that, like from the second it came in, we put it on and we were all like, what is this? It's really great, and you're absolutely right. It's like, that's some butt-shaking funk right there. So yeah, good one, good pick. Okay, coming in at number 2, everybody
Number
ready?
2, ready?
And up.
Up
Okay.
we go. And I got Waves, Hideaway. And I didn't pick this as my number 2 only because I'm a huge Waves fan. This record is one of the most 2020 and 2021 records that you can ever listen to. It's called Hideaway. Nathan Williams, Waves leader, went literally to the desert and spent time in there writing and recording. And this album is pretty much a very good soundtrack for the last few years. If you're feeling a little overwhelmed and like things having going in a crazy way, you know, we have all been there. Listen to this. It's a fantastic record. This, I believe, it comes in tangerine orange. So get it here.
Cool. Okay, my second came in, and I really feel like this record didn't get as much of a look in as it should have because it's amazing. It's Leon Bridges' Gold Digger Sound, and this is, I think, on Sony, I want to say. But anyway, the key to this is his exceptional voice. It is so smooth and honeyed, and for him, it comes as natural as breathing. He is so amazing. But anyway, he takes advantage of that in this production. It's very soft and understated funk instrumentals. They evoke like a kind of a nostalgia kind of a feel. Like you get the idea this could have been made 40 years ago or yesterday. It's like kind of a timeless record, and it's his most thoughtful album to date because in this attempt to create this cohesive sound and a theme. Stopping time is like the reoccurring theme that keeps coming up, and it's a motif in these tracks that it really pops up frequently in different contexts, and it's often it's kind of used to embellish this kind of sensual ambience of this record. It's a beautiful record, and I just don't think enough people knew about it. It came in 2 different ways. This is the limited edition cover. They both came with like a different pictures. This is the clear vinyl limited one, and the other one just has a different photo of Leon on the cover, but top drawer.
And my pick for number 2 is Laura Stevenson's. What's this called? I guess it's self-titled.
Yeah, it's
We
a
got
self-titled,
Laura
yeah.
Stevenson here. Actually, I think it was Ray that turned me
I
on
did.
to this release.
Oh.
So he recommended it. I tried it, really liked it. This is on Don Giovanni Records, and really kind of in the same vein. I see a pattern emerging here, but really good singer-songwriter. I believe in the same orbit, friend-wise, as Jeff Rosenstock.
They collaborate a lot.
Oh,
And so, yeah, learned about it, really liked it, and number 2.
nice. Okay, and now our personal picks for the number 1 album of the year for us. And these guys, you might as well just go home. But okay, number 1. What is it?
Number 1.
Boom.
Mine was Lucy Dacus' home video. I love this album. This is her third album, and the same way that Waves and Nathan Williams worked through, 2020 and 2021, she did in a very similar way, and she actually, in my personal opinion, came out a little differently than Phoebe Bridgers and Julian Baker, her Boy Genius, band members, and literally delivered something that is very personal, very raw at moments. When it rocks incredibly hard, and when it gets down to business, makes you think and feel. And please, just get this album. You're gonna love it, because I do.
Great. I like that record too. But I love this record. This is My Morning Jacket. It's self-titled, and it's from our beloved ATO. This is the first new studio release of theirs in 6 years, and led by the rock band that's led by Jim James, who also produced the album. They had a 4-show run in 2019 that kind of prompted them to decide to book some more time in the studio, because before that Jim James had been working on solo projects, and the other guys had been doing their own thing, and they had reissued, they finally brought out Waterfall 2, which was songs that were still on hold from Waterfall 1, when that record was supposed to be much longer and fancier than it ended up being. And that was great, but people really started to wonder, are they even a band anymore? So anyway, after these 4 shows, I can't tell you guys, when these 5 guys get on stage together, there's just such magic to be made. And I'm so glad that inspired them to go back in the studio. This is a band that's fully engaged, and they sound so much more comfortable and cohesive than they have in a long while. And they haven't forgot what makes them such a great band live, because a lot of these songs are geared for that. You can tell that it's going to be amazing. I've seen a couple of them live already, and it's true. It's fabulous. So anyway, the music has a natural sense of following its own path, but they're just not afraid to let it rip, which it's no coincidence that Jim James engineered and produced this session without bringing anybody else in. First time that they haven't had a producer on board with them, because they knew kind of exactly what they wanted, and they don't want anybody else's influence getting in the way of this progress. So it's their most satisfying work since probably 2008's Evil Urges. It's a really splendid example of what a group can do when they're in sync. And this is on clear vinyl. It comes in like a lot of different color variants all over the place.
It's pretty orange, I think.
Yeah,
too.
and then other places have it in even more. So there's quite a few variants out there, but who cares? Just get it. It's so good.
And my number 1 is Sonny Clark's My Conception. I kind of picked this one as an example to highlight the Tone Poet, Blue Note Tone Poet series that's been out. Probably, this might be the second year now. I think it's about 20-25 releases they've done. And this one's just got a great lineup. It wasn't released for like 20 years, I think. Originally recorded in 1959. Wasn't released until 1979. And then they got the Tone Poet release in 2021. But you got Donald Byrd on trumpet, Hank Mobley on tenor sax, Sonny Clark on piano, Paul Chambers on bass, and Art Blakey on drums.
Yeah.
And those 5 names are just all killer, no filler. Great session. Check it out. And even check out the classic series that Blue Note's been putting out. Great value for what you're getting. All analog mastering by some of the best in the business. So
And
that's my number 1.
those are gatefold now too.
Yeah, and most of the
new-
Tone Poets will be gatefold. There's a few that are on Pacific Records that aren't gatefolds, but yeah, inside will have really nice session photos from one of the big photographers of that time. And yeah, so check that one out if you're a jazz fan.
Nice. Okay, so those are our number 1s, you all. And so anyway, we just want to say thanks for sticking with us, and whether you buy from us online or if you're one of our regulars that comes in, we appreciate you so much, because if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be here. And so to toast you out from the new year, thank you for everything, and more to come in 2022. Let's hope it's a good one. We've all earned it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cheers everybody.
Cheers.
Thank
Cheers,
you.
Tyler.
Thanks.
Bye.
Yep, thanks.